Welcome back, Shimply Podcast. Another solo episode today. Thank you guys all for tuning in on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, even the hate comments. We enjoy it. Thanks you guys for watching. We know it's all love. We know it's all jokes. First thing I want to talk about today is crows versus ravens. So we've all seen crows around. Recently, there've been a lot of bird poop outside my house. And you want to know what's a crow versus a raven? Oh, you'll know. If you have to ask, I've heard this from someone, is that a crow? It's a crow. When you see a raven, you'll know. Those things are huge. And they be dropping big deuces outside my house. And I try to be nice to them and feed them oatmeal. And they didn't take it, but every time I walk outside, I think they know my nice gesture. And they decide not to poop on my head when they were right over my head. They could have, but they didn't. Let's talk about Skechers. I used to be a big Skechers hater as a kid growing up. I used to think it was so dumb. I see Joe Montana, those commercials. Who wants to wear these old man shoes? I'm a changed man now. Recently bought some cheap Skechers from Target on sale, $24.99. How can you pass that up? Super comfortable, slip-ons. They're great. I used to hate Skechers, dislike Skechers, sorry, as a kid. Now, they're the move. Let's talk about this A6 New Balance inflation. As a youngin', I used to go to Ross. I used to go to Marshalls. I was able to buy a nice pair of A6 that would last me many years. Or New Balance. And they'd be $20. Will I get flamed for them? Yes. Old man shoes look kind of goofy, but they're comfortable and they're durable. Nowadays, I'm telling you guys, I go to the Foot Locker. Tell me why. Why? These A6 and New Balances, because of all you Gen Z kids, are $140. Does that make any sense to you guys? $140 for some good, comfortable, supportive shoes. But what's up with this inflation, huh? You guys nowadays with these fashion trends, please stop. Just stop. These brands used to be cheap. No longer. On shoes, let's talk about socks. I know nowadays we got the normal socks. About this high, yay high. Acceptable, right? Back in the day, ankle socks. I'm telling you guys all know, ankle socks were the move. Ankle socks, no-show ankle socks. I mean, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade. People used to rock those ankle socks, those no-show socks, with those high-water pants. That was the thing. I'm telling you guys. Dudes used to have those high-water dress pants, skinny, tight, tapered, with the no-show socks on the dress shoes. That was the move. Nowadays, goofy. I have to redo my whole sock inventory. There's a sock era, right? We had those Nike Elites. I couldn't afford them. They were too expensive, but I got some Nike Elites for my friends. I put them all the way up to my shin. Got flamed for it, right? And then it went to the baggy era where they crumpled those high-end socks. And then there was the no-show socks. And then back in the day when I was in elementary school, I used to wear those ankle socks. Used to get flamed for them. Now, ankle socks are the move. Normal socks are the move. If I catch you wearing no-show socks in 2025, you're going to get roasted, bro. I don't have to tell you. I heard all you guys in Green Bay, Wisconsin, cheeseheads wear shorts and hoodies and slippers or sandals in the rain. I think it's a great idea. I personally have adopted that myself since I was probably 1 year old. But One thing I dislike a lot is wet socks. When it's raining or snowing, why are we wearing shoes? I understand if you have rain boots, if you have waterproof shoes, you're chilling. But if you don't have those type of shoes, why are you wearing the shoes with socks? Your socks are gonna get soaked. You're gonna get fungus. You're gonna get an infection. It's gonna be gross, mold. If you don't have those shoes, you might as well wear slippers or sandals. Get your feet wet. They're gonna get wet anyway. Let them dry out. What's the big deal? I know you guys see me rocking the pink mask today because Pink left our podcast. Hey, why not? All right, I've been seeing a lot of tiki-taki about some mechanics are pumping their gas with their cars on. I Googled this, by the way, and it says it's dangerous, but I don't know. Let me know if you're out there and you're a mechanic, if you pump your gas with your car on, because I'm scared it's going to explode. Does that work? Does that work? All right, you guys hear my oven? I'm not sure if you do. Whatever. If you, the audio probably won't even catch it. But recently, I've been approached by two guys. Won't say what their ethnic background is, but they were different. And they asked me for some money at the gas station while I was leaving the gas station to go inside to buy some sun seeds. And the first guy was like, I traveled a long way. I'm trying to get to point A to point B. He has a car. And I asked him a bunch of questions. And I was like, bro, how'd you get here in the first place? What was your plan? Like, you're asking me for money, but why would you come all the way here halfway knowing that you didn't have enough money to make it? Doesn't even make sense, bro. I didn't give it to him. I'm a generous guy, by the way. I give money, whether or not they use it for whatever. I try to be a godly man, and I give money. One time, 2 weeks ago, I gave $20 to this dude with a sign. He had a dog next to him. Hey, I'm a sucker for dogs. I gave money to some other people. If you look like you're in need, the second guy approached me. Good outfit, earrings on, blinging. Could be fake or real. And he asked me for some money to go to visit his brother somewhere where there's a military base. And I said, no, of course. I said, I don't have it like that. And I don't have cash on me. And I don't want him to ask for any type of digital payment. But in my head, after I said no, I was like, bro, you're visiting your family member at a military institution. If you don't have enough money, first, don't go. Two, why don't you call your brother? You look like a well-kept person. You're well-dressed. Why are you asking me for money outside the gas station? It doesn't add up. That's just me. All right. This is a good one because, first off, rest in peace, Vice President Dick Richard Cheney. You know, shout out to all his family and all his friends that knew him. But come on. I Googled this, by the way. Why is Dick the nickname for Richard? I looked up in those medieval times, and apparently Richard became rich, which rhymes with Dick. What are we doing here? Like, apparently Robert became Rob, which rhymes with Bob. Like, when is it gonna stop? Are we gonna have someone named Matthew that shortens to Matt, and I call him crap? What is up with that? We're just rhyming names? All right, there's Jeff. Oh. I can't even think of a name for that. Neff? Shout out Neff. You guys know about Neff. Those white watches? All right. I just want to say that, I hope CJ Stroud gets better. But if you guys watch football, you guys have seen the Texans starting quarterback who has started before. But Davis Mills has a long neck. One of the longest necks. I don't know what else to say. It's just interesting. And totally forgot he went to Stanford, too. Maybe the education went from his brain to his neck instead and it elongated his muscle. But I'd say Daniel Jones also has a long neck. Let me know who else you guys think has a long neck. Pause. Last thing I want to say, super short video today, but there is stall urinal etiquette in the men's restroom. Sometimes when there's a long line, specifically at a sporting event, not all the stalls or urinals are going to be open, right? If you're going into a urinal, it's fine. If you're going to a stall, leave the door open. That's what I do. I leave the door open to let everyone know, people waiting in line, hey, I'm just peeing. It's going to be quick. You can see me. I'm going to be peeing. Now, if you're a person that pulls their pants down and you can see their cheeks, you need to grow up. But the only time I will accept a closed urinal or a closed stall when you're peeing is if you need to fart. Because if you need to fart, close that door, rip one out, pee, it's fine. But I think it's a nice little gesture to leave the door open, pee, let them know that you're going to be quick because you don't know who's waiting in line. Maybe they need to go really bad. That's all. And episode whatever after this is going to come out soon with my boy Blue. See you guys soon. Thank you for supporting Shimply Podcast. Love you guys. Peace.